Welcome back to Subnautica, everybody. Let's dig right back in. Last time we did some monumental things. We got the Cyclops. We got him. This time, I think we need to check on that radio message. How about that? Now, I acknowledge that my path is probably not going to be the same as a first-time player, because I remember first time I played this game, I didn't get the Cyclops until way after most of the radio messages were, cycled through. But we're just kind of going as I see fit and what, feels optimal, Speaking of optimal feelings, let me do something that makes all kinds of sense. So, for the camera drones, I need to change the color to something that makes sense to me. So, camera one, I'm going to make it blue. It'll be one of the few blue ones that I use because blue is a blue ribbon. Number one, first place. Second place ribbons are usually red. So we'll make camera drone 3 red. Right now we don't need to see them. And we also found that there's just a crap load of stalker teeth laying around here. And that was super cool to find. I do not believe that the drones can in fact cause a tooth to drop. So maybe we should fully investigate that fact, maybe between episodes, and I'll see what I can do. For now, let's pop on over to the life pod, because I'm too miserly to build a radio in the base. And we'll see what we got here. Are we ready? Let's go.
Aurora, we're approaching the planet now. We have a landing site for you that's... well, it's better than the alternatives. We've sent you the coordinates. It'll take us a couple of days to align our orbit. Should be able to establish direct contact with you during that time. Then we're coming in to get you. Cross your fingers, the weather holds. Don't leave us waiting. Sunbeam out.
All right, so hey, rescue may be right around the corner. And we've got a timer counting down there, so we got to pay attention to that. Just have lockers in here, right? Yeah, that's good. So yeah, we do have a Sunbeam landing site indicator over here. So we will definitely check that out, but let us sort of fart around in the interim. What do you say? So let's see. We could build some storage in the Cyclops. That might not be a bad idea. We still have a few doodads and whatchamacallits in here. Yeah. Let's get that mobile bay out. One of the things I did in between episodes also was I went ahead and prepared everything we need for a prawn suit.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And set it aside. So now might be a decent time to go ahead and make a prawn suit. Process this titanium. We definitely need to work on storage. That is one of our big issues. Yeah. All right, so prawn suit stuff is in there. Let's see what we can do about that, huh? Let me go ahead and make one. Why not? So you need 2 diamonds, 2 plasteel, enameled glass, 2 aerogel, and 2 lead. I'll just fill this on up with titanium. This locker, good place for that. Now for the prawn suit, you don't need to worry as much about, depth. So let's just do it right here. And this will have all of our vehicle needs sorted, except for, of course, the rocket, which we need to get off of the planet. But that's going to be a while. We don't even officially know about that yet. So let's go ahead and make the prawn.
It is normal when first piloting a prawn suit to feel a sense of limitless power. Prawn operators receive weeks of training to counteract this phenomenon. You will have to make do with self-discipline.
Splish. I will have to make do with self-discipline, she says. Okay, so prawn suit, you got 2 power cells. Okay, there you go. You got storage in the back, so this is your basic storage needs. It's bigger than the Seamoth storage, so that's kind of nice. It comes with these 2 grasping arms.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And it has its own little AI voice. And so you just kind of walk around on seabed. Okay, watch out. You can punch with this. Get out of here. I thought for a minute that knocked a tooth loose. So B gets out of the suit. So if you're using the controller. Anyway, so B gets out of the suit. A, for some reason, is the left. The left bumper is a jump. Gives you a little jet. You can see the little purple thing there. So you can go up to this outcrop. Oh, don't jump. Nope, don't jump. Break it with A. Pick it up. There you go. It's a little clumsy, but, it works. It works. And that goes straight into your storage. One of the reasons the prawn suit has more storage is it's really kind of a mining vehicle, And those big old outcrops that we found along, we will be able to make use of those. Yeah. If we put on the drill arm attachment. So let's take this baby back and see what we need to make that happen. Now, again, you can put this in the Cyclops just like you can the Seamoth. So the way you do that is you maneuver yourself under the vehicle bay. That's roughly right in here, and then jump. Hope for the best. Miss it by a mile. There we go. It's a little clumsy, but it's okay. All right, so there's the old prawn. Now the prawn is in the Cyclops. Again, keeping an eye on that sunbeam timer. Here we go. Access upgrades. To make upgrades for the Cyclops, you use this panel right here. I don't think I showed that in our Welcome to the Cyclops section, did I? So this would be where you would make different pieces and parts. So we don't really have much to go on here. So we don't know the recipe for this. We know the recipe for this, but we can't make the stuff yet. We don't know the recipe. Again, we know the recipe. We could do this, but the decoy tube is not my highest priority, and we don't know the sonar yet. That's okay. Let's see. Boop. This lets us look at the upgrades for our prawn suit since it's docked. We see it has a storage. This is how you'd access the storage. I said before you can't access the storage when a vehicle's in. I was wrong about that. Yeah, it's right here. So get that out of there. All right. So while we're waiting, let's do some mobile base building. How about that? That sounds like a good idea. Let's go get our tool. Sploosh. I do wish there was like a Cyclops dock for the base, so you didn't have to get wet. All right, so in here, you're going to want to put some lockers. Again, I like using the mouse for this alignment because it's just more precise with the mouse. So if you're playing on PC, that is the way to go for this little section here. You want to get them in as tight as possible. So right in there. And I won't make you watch all of this. But what we're going to do is we're going to line this whole area with lockers. And I'm going to pack them in as close and as tight as I can get them. And I'll do that, and I will catch you back here in a little bit. Now, again, if you place these correctly, you can still open the storage that you have. So that's kind of nice. Just be sure you place them just so. Again, I've never had so much trouble down here. This is kind of crazy. There's been some kind of an update probably since I played the game last, and just building down here has become much more difficult. I do not remember this being an issue. Alright, so it's more persnickety to build down here than it used to be, so I wouldn't worry too much about covering over these lockers that are in the wall storage. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're going to get more out of these type of lockers anyway. And like this, I'm not sure what... Yeah, it used to not be so difficult to build down here. Oh well. That's something to do with, I guess, the collision detection of the Cyclops' walls has been changed, maybe. Yeah, and we're just going to fill this room here with lockers, and it does seem to matter. Yeah, I can't build the bottom one first, for whatever reason. How weird. This seems like an obscene amount of storage, I'm sure, but you will... I find that I use all of it, so... It's not as crazy as it might first appear. Again, there's something slightly unusual about the hitbox here. And it makes it... We can't have things lined up exactly like I'd like them. You know, there's a game called Satisfactory that is for the PC, where you build a factory on a planet. That kind of stuff. And it has this really cool feature where I think you hold control and it lets you build while snapping to a grid. It automatically aligns things. I would love that for these lockers. You see, they're not exactly aligned, but that's okay. This space is here because for some reason it has to be. A lot of times I will not build right behind this door, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. You know, if you can suspend your disbelief and just pretend like it doesn't interfere with the door. I mean, at least it doesn't clip through, right? Anywho, this sounds like a pretty good place. We'll start naming and allocating these storage bins when we finish going to the Sunbeam. I guess it's kind of a spoiler alert that and I kind of breaking the story here a little bit, aren't I? Because I guess it's pretty obvious at this point that the Sunbeam is probably not going to be able to rescue us. Why would I be worried about all this, you know? Anywho, but you probably knew that already, even if you haven't played the game. All right, so let's just get out of here. Okay, let's get some water and some food and see about the Sunbeam. Before we head over to the Sunbeam, I'm going to grab this purple tablet for reasons. We're not going to take the Cyclops. No, I was thinking about taking the prawn suit. I don't think we'll do that either. I think we'll take the sea moth. Quit flailing around like an idiot. That would help. All right, so here we go.
All systems online.
All this construction may have been for nothing. We'll see. What keeps hitting my frigging boat? That's what I want to know. Stalkers, I guess? I don't know. They don't seem to be damaging it, so... I'll leave this in as a nice little ambient section. You can always skip it if you don't like it. You have to wonder what kind of landing site have they found. Alright, so it looks like we got a big ridge here. Last time we were in this vicinity, we got to meet our first Reaper. Hopefully that's not going to replay for us. There's a big old chunk of lead. Look at that. Anywho. What have we got going on over here anyway? Oh my. Sorry. That was just awful. Yeah. Well, let's not let them go to waste. There's like a path going up. What have we got here? What in the world? My goodness. It's another island, folks. And this one is like a real island. It's connected. It's not like the floating island. Oh. Well, let's see what kind of damage we can do here. Might as well get some of these materials while we're here, you know. We still have a few minutes. I guess I'll save. Here we go. One thing I remember from the Nintendo Switch version is it takes forever to save. And also to reload. It's much faster on my PC. I don't know if that's CPU or graphics card related. I imagine CPU has very much everything to do with it, but I don't know if the graphics card also does. And there was one of those enzyme peepers. Maybe it doesn't hurt if we're going to leave the planet. What in the world? Did y'all see that? What the heck? And look at this. What is the deal with this place? We saw there was a big, like, tower outside. And then it's connected through this island to this structure. And, oh my goodness, what in the world are you? You look dangerous. Warper. Yeah, so... welcome to one of the scariest things in the game. Not the biggest, but Scary. Very scary. Oh, my. They'll get you. I'm going to get out of the water. I'm going to get out of the water. Yeah. Look at you. Warping around. Let's see what the PDA has to say about those critters. Yeah. So not all terrors in this game are enormous. You just saw something pretty scary. And they get scarier, folks. Believe you me. Alright, so let's get up here on dry land. While we're waiting on the sunbeam to come in. Let us have a bite of Bulbo. Ah, yes. Couple bites. That sounds good to me. And let us read the PDA entry on these warpers while we wait, shall we? Indigenous life, fauna, carnivore. Oh. That doesn't sound good, right? Warper. Threat level unknown. Wow. Warper, an aggressive creature with the ability to teleport itself and others in space. Oh my. No genetic crossover identified with indigenous life forms. Wait, what? Is it indigenous or is it not? It's filed under indigenous, but this wording here seems to indicate it might not be. Anyhow, demonstrates no recognized defensive behavior. 1. Head. Mechanisms located in the head region provide its warping capability, which it uses to stalk its targets. Number 2, torso. Appears to hunt other life forms, but no digestive organs have been identified. Internal structure considerably more complex than other known organisms. Unable to distinguish whether organic or artificial in nature. Assessment. Further research required. I would say so. Wow. Yikey. Pretty intense, right? Well, questions abound. So what the heck with the warper? What the heck with this big tower here? That definitely is not naturally occurring. No new scan. Oh, great. We have cave crawlers. Go away. Go away. Biters. Everything here trying to get us. Ooh, what's this? It's a thing. Getting dark. We still have about 5 minutes till the sunbeam gets here, so. Oh. Broken purple tablet. Yeah. Well, if we didn't already have one of those, we'd be able to scan that and make one. But as such, we were able to get a couple of those pieces of titanium. So what's the deal here? It wants a tablet. Let's scan it. Force field control terminal. Force field control terminal. This device matches no known technologies and is likely alien in nature. Power is being routed by the terminal to a nearby force field. The technology is far beyond anything encountered before by the Federation. Nonetheless, there's a good chance it functions like a regular lock and only requires the correct kind of key. Which assumably is a purple tablet. But we don't want to fool around with that. We're about to get rescued, so to heck with that. Let's go back to the rendezvous site. We don't want to be left alone. Wouldn't it be terrible? You're out here on a planet far away from everything. Danger lurks everywhere. And because you were around the hill, you missed your one chance at rescue. Wouldn't that suck? Yeah, I want to get a scan of these flying things at some point, but haven't had a great opportunity to do that. Well, maybe now's a good opportunity. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Aw. So close. They're tough. That's a tough scan to get. Maybe a stasis rifle? Not sure. Wow, that's a sight. Look at that. Got both moons. Pretty spooky. Ominous, definitely. Spooky, maybe. But ominous for sure. Come on, guys. Cooperate with me. Okay, don't fall through the map again. This would be a terrible time to fall through the map, wouldn't it? Oh, that's cool. That's a cool photo right there. Yeah. I will slice you. That's it for you. All right. Get over here to your spot, man. What is this thing doing? Oh, nuts. This can't be good. This can't be good. I'm over here. Can you see me? I can't see you.
Survivor, we see you.
Oh, good.
Man, I don't know how you held out down there.
Me
We've
neither.
broken atmosphere, and we're descending towards the landing site.
Okay.
Is that a building down there? What do you mean you can't identify it?
Oh, there they are. There they are.
No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10, 9.
This is very disconcerting, guys.
It's coming from the building.
Oh, shit.
Change course. Set thrusters.
Oh. Oh, nuts. Well, that could have gone better. What the heck, man? Is that what shot the Aurora? And the Degassi and now the Sunbeam? My goodness. Oh, I feel terrible. I think it very unlikely anyone survived that. What do you think? It's just, that ain't looking good. Yeah. Okay, so that happened. That happened. Oh, is it going to move again? It's resetting. So that's not just a building, that's a giant space laser. And, very deadly. Let's just take a moment to appreciate just how terrifying that is. Especially the bellowing sort of siren air raid thing that it makes. Sheesh. Okay. So there's some biters. They're wanting this cave crawler, looks like. Look at that. That's interesting. That's an interesting interaction. Can I pick these up? Are they dead? You're not dead. Huh. Fascinating. Okay, so I want to get a Skyray scan and don't know sure how to do that. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Seems like an off-camera thing, you know. Please hurry and scan it. Thing is, you just can't, there's no quick. Anyway, I'll worry about that off camera. Let's investigate this place first. So we can investigate the island, or we can investigate the facility. Let's investigate the island first. What do you say? I might get my opportunity here. Or not. I mean, sneaking up might be the play. I don't know. Anywho, look here. There's another purple tablet right here. How nice. Now we have 2. Is anything out this way? This doesn't really count as exploring the facility. I don't guess. Can we jump that high? Cannot. Whoo! Can't do it. So, there's the Aurora. So the Aurora was coming in this way, you see. Because this is the bow and that's the stern. So it was coming in that way. And this thing must have shot it down. So it can swing around however it needs to. And there are indeed caves on this island. You can see there's an entrance there. And presumably this is what happened to the Degasi as well. Very dangerous. Why is this here? I mean, the place seems to be a relatively quiet planet. So why is there this defense network? That's the question. Now, those answers will be coming. Not anytime super soon, but it will come. And that hurt us a little bit, but that's okay. And you see, this just keeps on going. And we will want to explore that, but not right now. Let's check on the island. I just wanted to go around the perimeter of this place. Look, here's some wreckage. What is this? Nuclear reactor fragment. Heck yeah. Nice. Nuclear reactor. Renewable energy sources will usually be sufficient for maintaining a small outpost. For everything else, there's nuclear power. Powered by up to 4 replaceable uranium reactor rods. Do not attempt to replace reactor rods without a full radiation suit. Do not attempt to overclock the reactor. Nuclear is ideal for energy-intensive operations such as self-sufficient colonies supporting more than 20 people, industrial outposts operating multiple docks and heavy machinery, and research stations housing live specimens. We might go nuclear at some point. I don't know. My first playthrough, I don't think I ever went nuclear. My second playthrough, I did it just for, to say I did it. Thermal and the bioreactor are really all you need. But nuclear does put out quite a bit of power. When the fuel rods are spent, which does eventually happen, you have to do something with them. There's a special, essentially trash can that you can use. But it is something to keep in mind. It takes a long time to use up a rod, but go away. But it does happen, and you have to go out and find more uranium and make them. Not a huge deal. At night, this would be a lighted path. That's neat. What do we got here? More cave crawlers. This time, near actual caves. We can go in there. We got a scan here. Was it a sea ray? Sky ray. Unfortunately, the amount of scannage that you have only saves per individual. So that particular sky ray, say I'd scanned 12% of it. If I find it again and start scanning, it'll start at 12%. If I find a different one, it'll start at 0, which is, not great. So the sky ray is kind of a real pain in the butt to scan. All right, we got us a cave here. What? There's one inside the cave. This might be our opportunity. Well, or not. Would you go away? Come on. I think we might get it. Come on, folks. You gotta hold your mouth right. Got it. I'm not gonna read that in here because of, Crud Man here. Alright, so this is the entrance we passed by. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Whoever built this had a real interest in this cave. Let's check this way. This may be the entrance that we saw. I think it probably was. Is there anything up here? There's a view. Look at that on the right side of the screen. It almost looks like there's land over there, but there's not. It's also on the left. Just a graphical abnormality. Don't fall. We're somewhat safe here. Let's read the Sky Ray data entry. How about that? Sky Ray, look at it. The Sky Ray has a bird-like head and feathered wings which enable it to fly. Sky Rays are commonly found circling floating structures and rarely venture far out to sea. They will perch on dry land, but are prone to flee on approach. Yes, certainly. Number 1, wings. Although its wings give it some resemblance in silhouette to the waterborne rays on 4546b, analysis shows no greater genetic overlap with those species than the planetary average. In fact, the Sky Ray appears to have split off the evolutionary tree much earlier than most. Number 2, diet. Largely seed-based. Sky Rays have not been observed diving for food, which implies they rely on land-based plants for their survival. Assessment: presence may indicate nearby dry land. Good to know. I think we saw some of these on the top of the life pod, our life pod, when we first climbed out the top hatch. They were perched on it. I think it was Sky Rays. Anywho, let's get back in here. Hey, there's another tablet. Let's see if we can get around there and get it. There's the old paint cap and the rattler. Yeah, we'll take that. So now we have 3. All right, we're back at the first cave entrance. Let's see what else we can find. Let's follow this conduit this time. How about that? See if that leads us to something. And, wow, what the heck is this? If you were watching the video where I went to the floating island, you'll see that I fell through reality. And we saw something that looked kind of like this inside the floating island. We're going to check it out, but let's check the perimeter first. All right, so what in the world is this thing? Let's check it out. And can we scan it? Insert ion cube. Oh, we can scan it. Let's do it. Alien Arch. Alien Arch. What have you got to tell me about the Alien Arch? Alien Arch. This structure's intended purpose is unclear. Theories on function, ceremonial or religious role, industrial applications, advanced transportation network, assessment, further research required. Well, we need an ion cube. I have one back at base. We found one in a time capsule. Fascinating. Well, we'll come back here with an ion cube and see what damage we can do later. Take a picture. For now, I'll head back to the main facility. All right, we're back here. Let's try this tablet. Sucks it right in. Well, who wouldn't want to go inside the giant death ray? Look at my shadow. That is so ridiculous. Anyway.
Scans indicate this structure is composed of a metal alloy with unprecedented integrity. No match is found in database. Performing structural analysis.
So it's super tough. That's what you're saying. Gotcha. What the heck is this place? It seems so unnecessarily complex. There's something. Just got an achievement. Okay. What do we have here? Data terminal, download data.
Unknown language. Attempting translation.
Data terminal. Alien data terminal. Discovered inside an alien facility, it was not possible to translate any useful information. However, scans have returned some information on the device itself. It is likely a solid-state computer, although there is no clear way to interface with it. On approach, it began producing a low-frequency radio wave containing complex but recognizable data patterns. It is likely the alien species which designed this technology evolved or genetically selected sensory apparatus to hear and understand the information being broadcast by the device and to communicate back. The mental processing power required to perform this kind of telepathy would imply the designers were considerably more psychologically developed than the common human. Assessment. Further research required. All right. Well, so far so good, I guess. Look at this. It's so satisfying. I'd like to just run my finger through the channels. Wouldn't that be something? Anyhow. Well, this place just goes on.
Of interfacing with this facility is achieved by accessing the control room in the lower section.
Control room in the lower section. Got it. Ooh, what's this? Ah, ion cube. Let's scan it. This ion cube, this green mineral substance, has no entry on the periodic table and an unprecedented ability to store huge amounts of ionic energy within it, likely grown artificially. Cubic appearance suggests it has been cut from a larger deposit. Each cube contains the equivalent ionic energy of 5 kilotons of TNT. Under the right conditions, the energy could be released in a controlled manner. Wonder if we could use it to make a battery. Likely used as batteries, but would require a substantial power source to be recharged. Assessment, valuable energy source. Well, now we have a cube. Super cool. It looks like something out of Minecraft. Might want to use it down there on the whatchamacallit. But for now, we'll save it.
Analysis of the patterns on the walls cannot ascertain whether their purpose is aesthetic or functional. Further data required.
Interesting. It must have been reading my mind about all the finger running. It's another data terminal, another ion cube. It's interesting that they're on these little platforms. You know, that certainly indicates that they are held in high regard. And listen to the sound it makes. Can you hear that? Interesting. Subtle little design cues like that. I just love.
Unknown language. Attempting translation.
Enforcement Platform Schematic. This data set appears to be a multi-dimensional schematic of some kind. By mapping the pattern to three-dimensional space, it is possible to gather a basic understanding of this facility's internal workings. Construction material. The facility's unknown construction material is identified as an ultra-hard, non-reactive metal amalgam synthesized from off-world materials. There's no indication that it can be damaged or destroyed by available means. Power. The schematic indicates the facility was to be powered by a separate self-sustaining power plant located elsewhere on the planet. The location is not listed, but there is evidence the designers intended to harness the planet's natural thermal energy. Layout. The facility consists of the upper engineering section, where this schematic was found, and the control room, which is accessed via a security-sealed elevator shaft or a separate underwater moon pool. We'll have to look for that. Control. The control room in the lower section houses the only known way to interface with the facility. However, the schematic does not detail the operation procedure or installed security measures. Okay. We'll have to find that moon pool. I don't want to go just charging through here like a maniac. What's that? That lit up. Does that mean something? I don't know. Let's go. This must be that elevator shaft. Where's the button? Was that the button back there? Or do we... Oh, it looks like a long way down. What? Oh my gosh. Ooh. Well, that's an interesting sensation. Bloop. Here we are. Lower level. I guess you probably go up the same way. That's pretty freaking crazy. All right. Oh, here's the moon pool. Look, it's big. Big old moon pool. You know what? Can we go out and bring the Seamoth in? Let me save it. I think I'm going to do that. If I can, you know, big brainly remember. Wow, we're pretty deep. We jumped in and we were at about 100 meters, yeah. So we're down a little ways. Yeah, oh man, this is not scary at all. No. Oh no. Oh gosh. No, this is fine. This isn't what terror is made of. And it's night too, so it's dark. It's dark. Look at that. Look at the shine. The weird like green. Okay, you just piss off, alright? I'm not having your craziness today. No, sir. You missed me. I don't know if you were going for me or not, but we're gonna say that you were. Is he on my case or what? This may have been a bad idea. Here's the old Seamoth. I just kind of ran it up on the beach here like an ingrate. How crass can you get? Is it stuck? Is it stuck?